Good morning. Welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. Okay, so I'm going to take a seat right now. It's a different setup than I usually do. And try to sit on this mirror, which is a pretty dumb idea, but welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. Everything's a little bit experimental. I just want to say that, of course, today I'm very late for my stream, at least by about 2 hours. And so I'm going to try to rush through everything as quickly as possible, because most importantly is the content that has to be covered, even if it's not in the most appealing fashion. I will say that, of course, the Ahn Rho Project, as usual, just an introduction very quickly, is a self-therapeutic project, a self-improvement process as well, solving the challenges in my life, reaching the goals I set for myself. And part of that involves inventory tracking, so all the physical objects in life, including food and so on and so forth. This first of 2 live streams today, so we've got a lot to get through, has to do with some papers here. At the far back here, you can't see them. There's some paper here that I have to cover, but also some gifts. And so I'll show right here on the side here, there's a lot of waste and gifts. And that's because I actually ate some stuff that don't really belong to me, and so I'm repaying a sort of debt repayment. And so that's what we're going to cover today. We have some food gifts for my caregivers, so class 2 items, but they're also class 1. I bought them myself. And we also have some waste, so that's from the food that I said that I ate from theirs that is not mine. And then the third thing, like I said, we'll cover other papers. So that's everything will be covered in the first live stream there, all that was said. The second live stream today will cover all the stuff over here on the farthest side, on your farthest right hand side. That's all grocery items and snack foods that I ate yesterday, or I'm continuing to eat after I made a purchase yesterday. So a lot to get through, and I'm late, so let's just dive right into things. If you're not too familiar, I'm just going to show you items to the stream and sort of capture them so that I can sort of feel comfortable using and discarding and having kept a track of what comes in, what comes out, kind of like first in, first out in terms of inventory manage. If you manage a business like a warehouse, this is basically all the consumption that's coming in, all the packaging to throw out, and how much food I've eaten. I have to keep track of that, or that I want to. And so let's start off with the most basic things that I said. So there's waste. You just take a look at the title. There's actually 2 photographs. You can see that on the top left-hand side are some gifts. So I made some purchases yesterday regarding just going to the dollar store as well as Walmart. And so what we have today here are most likely these 2 items here that I really want to get to my caregivers. One's for my father's side and one's for my mother's side. So the first one here is, this one here, and this, the Cranberries, Joe's Tasty Travels brand, and this is from Walmart. Very simple purchase of just about $4 and about 275 grams. So long story short, my father actually is having some issues with an enlarged prostate and so on and so forth. So for him, he likes to try natural remedies. I would say that it doesn't really help necessarily at this point too much that he start eating cranberries or pumpkin seeds and stuff like that, even though they are healthy foods and provide the maybe the right sorts of vitamins and nutrients that he needs. However, he did want to eat this, and this is actually related to me having eaten something from him as well. So I'm going to show that to the camera. We have this sort of waste packaging here. So you see the second item on stream, it says waste. We have a lot of waste. We have some stuff here that's from some crackers that my mother's side received as a gift from her company. She manufactures chocolate and snacks, and I ate much more crackers than I supposed to. So I have to add maybe 2, 3, 4 counts of crackers to that, plus the waste. So maybe about 10 portions of crackers, maybe 6, sorry. And then I also finished my father's side of nuts here. So the brand name says Canada's Premium Nut Works, 300 grams. And of course, I would end up yesterday having to use their laptop for one of my other sub-projects related to gaming. And so that being said, I end up binge eating on some of his snacks, which was really not a snack. It's more something that he was supposed to eat for health-related reasons. And again, I guess you could say it's sort of superficial to say that it actually benefits. We don't really know whether cranberries will help him out of it, but he's going to try everything he can. So basically, long story short, ate maybe 3 servings of cranberries, and I basically bought a whole package back for him. And so that's what I mean by it's almost like a gift, but also / debt repayment. I'm gonna get this whole package, maybe 2. I purchased 2, one for myself just in case, but this will be the second live stream because that one's my stuff. This one's for him. And then we have another item here. So this one's for my father's side. This one is for my mother's side. So I know that last week or 2 weeks ago, we had a little gathering, and she basically tried out something that I wanted them to try out, which is this sparkling beverage. It looks like wine. It's not really wine. It's non-alcoholic, but definitely has a very strong punch, of flavor to it, and it's sweet and not sour. That's the most important thing when making purchases of alcoholic beverages for my guardians, my caregivers. Basically, they like things that are sweet and not bitter or anything like that. And so this is something really cheap I got from Dollarama today, just about $4 I believe, and maybe even less. So that's that. Pretty high on the sugar count, but again, it's just something for celebratory reasons. And next week my brother's gonna come back, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna crack this open, and then my brother and my caregivers will all together will have a drink of this. So just sort of cheers. Now that's sort of gifts. I talk about debt. So in terms of debt, I said, you know, maybe 6 servings of crackers, 3-4 servings of this, plus the packaging for each of them. We also had something else yesterday that was a gift from them to me. This is this A&W root beer sugarcane, and they wanted to try it. So my caregivers really like to travel. They like to experiment, trying different things. Of course, being a low-income family, every small thing counts, and so even A&W stuff, we never really tried stuff like that, but it's definitely more affordable than traveling across the world and stuff like that. So that being said, again, I drank about half of this, he drank the other half, so that's about some more waste, maybe about 10 waste items so far, plus the paper towel on the bottom, which I'm using to hold it because it's actually quite sticky. Now we'll cover the final thing today, which is just some paper here, and that's actually at the top. It says messaging, so sort of subliminal messaging, I wouldn't say. I mentioned in yesterday's stream, and yesterday was a whole shit. I actually had a very bad time recording, and I think you could tell. I was actually really tired and out of breath about halfway in. Oh, I'm getting my normal voice back, huh? I was very, very tired because not only did I wake up having broken sleep of 4 hours and 3 hours, and 4 hours and 2 hours, but worst of all, you know, I was anticipating having to cover everything in the room. And so this is part of the room, and you can see that there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets, 7 sheets of paper here. I want to cover today, not tomorrow, but this will probably be a double feature, meaning I'll show it today and tomorrow as well. But I have some messages such as, "So don't you give." These are all hung on my wall yesterday. You can take a look at the previous live stream. Logistics review, wherever you're from, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, it's there somewhere, you know. It was a long stream. I don't like to make streams more than maybe 15 minutes at max, but it was a complete review of my entire room and how things have changed. So don't you give, they do not care, truth is moral. This one actually I want to keep. I don't know why I kept it here. Life is not fair, and the last two, they do not care. They are selfish, and cruelty gives strength. I want to show this properly. Cruelty gives strength. Okay? So, again, some very negative messages, and that's why I'm taking them down now, because at this point in my life, I don't need them anymore. About maybe 5 months ago, I did, and it was because I recognized a problem in me, that I was giving too much to people who didn't really return the favor, so to speak. Basically, they were actually taking advantage of my kindness, and I need to work away at my genuine just kindness. It's not supposed to be something that's free. Only people who have demonstrated that they are valuable contributions to your life who actually give a damn about you, should you offer anything of that in return, in that kind of favor. And so it took me a long time, maybe about 3 months, to actually downplay everything that I keep giving them, out of habit, and that was my fault then. That's my responsibility. So I took these papers down now because I don't need it anymore. I finally managed to not give so much, and that's my problem, right? That was one of my problems. I kept giving too much, and now I have a more seasoned balance about what kinds of people who have character, who are hardworking and disciplined, who are trustworthy and honest. Those sorts of people I can give to, and I can not only identify when people are not of that nature, but also when they are, when they do that I should not respond in kind like I usually would with people who are worth my time. And so that took a long time, and these papers I've taken down now, and I said I want to keep one of them, is truth is moral. But there's obviously each of these proverbs are just cliche, stupid things, but at the end of the day, whatever works in practice is more important than whatever works in your head in theory. And oftentimes I found that this was actually waking up and seeing it in the morning actually gave me a good reminder, even though it was such a simple thing. Every single one of these sheets obviously could be loaded. You could write an entire, almost like an entire story, a 10-page essay on each of these single 4-word proverbs. But at the end of the day, I'm taking them down now, and it's just a simplistic way to change my mindset and change my behavior, most importantly. So that being said, that is the last thing for today in terms of this first of 2 live streams, and then I'm going to move on to the second one, where we have a whole bunch of food here. And like I said, that's all grocery items. This is all grocery items, and well, actually I should mention this actually needs to be scanned, so this kind of stuff I also take off the tape before I recycle them. But there is one here I said I want to keep. Truth is moral. I'll keep that on top. Where is it here? Truth is moral is one I want to keep, so I'm going to take that apart. Like it's not there. So truth is moral is on top because I actually want to keep that. And maybe we'll discuss that in a future live stream that has more to do with abstract meaning. But obviously these streams, these days, I'm covering only the most physical items, and they can be a bit tedious and boring. Apologize for that, but I gotta do what I gotta do. And so that's that. So let's take a look at the garbage here. I'm just going to try to put everything together before I make my way to the second live stream of the day. Just gotta put it all together like that. And so let's move on to the second live stream. So like I said, the second live stream is going to be all these groceries items. I really need to get through them, even though I'm actually quite late for the live stream. That being said, I'll see you in the second live stream. And this is Ahn Rho. 60 seconds, okay?